Is it that weird? That's the whole thing?
Yes.
That's how the show usually works out.
Welcome to Inside the Red Room, parts 12. Who just saw Game of Thrones? Okay, I'm sorry.
No.
I'm so upset. Okay.
Not at all. Thank you.
All right.
Bravo.
Twin Peaks, though.
But yes, Twin Peaks.
Welcome. We were off last week due to most of us, except Daniel, being at San Diego Comic Con.
Pretty much. Chuckle. So this week we'll be doing a brief run through, maybe 10 or 11 things that you should have paid attention to on episode 11, and then we'll go into a breakdown on episode 12.
Yes.
So. First, we start off episode 11 finding out that Miriam Sullivan is alive.
And I called it. I said,
we get to see her crawling out of the woods. Josh, I think we have that picture up, producer Josh.
Her trailer did not explode
crawling
on
out of the
screen.
woods. Crawling out of the woods. It's a bloodied woman.
She didn't die on screen. You guys said she was breathing.
Yeah. We said she was breathing, and you definitely saw it. She came crawling out of the woods, and with her crawling out of the woods, we know that she's got a story to tell. And it was pretty interesting right off the bat, seeing her crawl out. And so you called it. Mm-hmm. You did. You said, she's alive. I know it. I saw it. And sure enough, here
because this is Twin Peaks. They would have showed that trailer exploding, probably body parts just flying to the screen.
I know, yeah. They're looking to go for push the button on the, hey, if it can be gory, if it can be gruesome, if it can be bad, it will be. So since it didn't happen, she's not dead. And we got to see her alive. So we knew that was going to be an issue right off the bat. The kids playing, looking, and they see her. But going from there, we had some other moments in the episode that I just want to go to immediately.
Go to it.
Well,
right now.
We get to Ruth Donovan's... we get to where the last place they saw Major Briggs. Mm-hmm. And they're taking... what's his name? What's the
Bill Hastings.
They take Bill Hastings over to where they see Briggs. And while they're over there, there's this giant vortex that's just within the world. Now, Josh, I think we have a picture of that. It just looks like a circle kind of
watching
thing
an
in the
80s
sky.
music video.
Yeah, it was really bad. We'll cue that up. But there was a vortex that pops up. And at that moment, when the vortex pops up, you got to notice that no one was disturbed by it. Mm-mm. As far as Albert or Gordon. Right. Neither of them. They saw it. Gordon walks up to it and starts looking into it, and he kind of sees something inside of there. And what he does see out of all the flashes are, the woodsman. Mm-hmm. The woodsman standing on a stairway. That's another picture I'm going to make you show, Josh. Sorry, we got so many assets.
So many.
There's two of those pictures. There's one where it's a dark picture of them, and then there's a bright one. Just show both. But we
very
get to
freaky
see them.
Picture.
Yeah, we get to see them, and the thing is, automatically everyone's trying to guess, where are they? Where are they that we're able to peek through time and space and figure out exactly where the woodsmen are? There are a lot of speculations. Some people said, it's at the Palmer household, but we kind of looked over that and we saw that it wasn't at the Palmer household. The way the stairs are set up are a little different.
Right.
We do have a theory that it may be the stairway inside of where the convenience store is. Because there's a room up top of the convenience store where we know the woodsmen and all these celestial beings meet. Mm-hmm. And we're thinking that may be the stairway up to it. Yeah. We know that they had a kind of trailer that was titled It's Happening Again. And in that trailer, there's a clip where you see someone through first person view kind of stumbling up that exact same stairway. So we don't know exactly what that may be. It could be something that's important. What are they doing when they're up there? We don't know. But anyway, Gordon did see that. And immediately once he saw that, he kind of started putting things together. Blue Rose came through in so many ways. Just there alone. But right after that, of course, there was a moment where we did get to see, one of the woodsmen. And we got to see one of the woodsmen kind of sneaking up to the car. We got a picture of that too, Josh.
That was very weird.
There's a picture, you'll see it. It's like a dark figure kind of sneaking up towards a car.
But also, it appears like what's her name sees it, but doesn't say anything.
Diane sees it.
So maybe she just senses something. Like maybe it was just a brush of wind. Or
it could be, but Diane looks right there and sees it for a second and doesn't say anything. But on the next episode, they talk about it, and that's where he gets more into it. But Diane looks and she sees it. And she's like, that's kind of weird, but I don't know if I saw anything. And just says, all right, whatever, doesn't say anything about it.
Yeah.
And then sure enough, Hastings, our favorite individual, is in the back seat and starts complaining, my head hurts, blah, blah, et cetera. And then sure enough,
it was like a racer head.
Producer Josh, the shot of a semi-decapitated individual. If you could show that coming up.
That was very.
Sure enough.
I'm like saying everything's very weird, but it's kind of like the special effects was really bad on it, but I think that was purposeful.
Yeah. But then immediately right after,
gross.
We figure out what they were hanging around for. They were sneaking around because they had to take care of some people. He saw the general, and they got to make sure. Well, Major Briggs, he saw, and he wasn't supposed to. So they're cleaning up. They're pretty much cleaning up some stuff.
Poor Matthew Lillard.
They crush his head, and you get to see his little decapitated body all there.
Because he's never going to be able to go to Bermuda or whatever he was trying about. Hawaii. I don't know.
Wherever it was. We were going to Bahamas, right? We were going to go to Bahamas. She was going to wear a bikini. We were going to say on the beach. And now that's not happening because, now everybody's dead in his little story. That part, that's literally what's happening. They are kind of cleaning up. The woodsmen are cleaning up stuff. But also while they're there, they happen to find Ruth Davenport's arm.
Who watches the woodsman?
Who watches the woodsman? That is
Who woods the woodsman?
Who woods the woodsman? But once again, we find Ruth Davenport's arm, and it has coordinates on it. And sure enough, Gordon tells Albert to take a picture, which he already did. Quick snap. He has it. He's ready to go. And they'll be talking about that, and we'll talk about that in just a few moments. But so with that, going from there, we move on to just other portions, there are things that are happening within Twin Peaks itself. And that's where we get to Hawk. And with Hawk, we found something kind of interesting. There are going to be 3 pictures that I'm going to discuss here. One is a picture of a full map on a table. This was a map that they found. And with the map that they found, they point to a lot of things on that map. There are areas on the map that are very important. There's one where there's talking about fire, and they're like, well, this is where it could be. I believe so. Yeah, it should be. There should be 3 pictures. There's one with a map on a table. Then there's a closer picture of a map where it has 2 mountains on it. And then there's one picture of a white scroll kind of writing being held by fingers. What I want to show is first the picture with the map on the table first. Because, that was there, and that was the map that they saw. And then as they started going through it, there are particular areas that they wanted to talk about. But the one portion that I want to discuss real quick and try to pick some people's brains is the picture of the closer one with the mountains on it. Okay, the closer one with the mountains on it.
Okay.
You'll see that those mountains are the Twin Peaks themselves that we see all the time. And those Twin Peaks, they have the symbol, the owl symbol, some people are calling it, but it's actually supposed to be considered the symbol of Mother. Which we know Mother is a big situation, especially when it comes to Twin Peaks. So that's a symbol that's synonymous with her.
Okay.
So we see the Mother picture, and we're looking at it and we're wondering, where have we seen that symbol that's between the mountains before? And that's where we go to that picture of the white paper parchment that's being held in someone's hands. That's a picture that we saw that Major Briggs drew for Bobby. Pretty much telling him, you're going to have to go there and the Jackrabbits race or whatever and all this stuff. Right. You're going to have to go there, get the soil, et cetera, et cetera. And so we know that's where Major Briggs was. That's what was his listening station. That's where he was kind of doing his own research and everything like that. And that was pretty much a big moment. It's pointing towards it. We know there are only, like, by this episode 11, there are 2 days left till they have to get there to that area. As far as Hawk and Briggs and all them, they're supposed to be there at this time. So we know time's counting down, and I can't wait to find out exactly what's happening there.
Y2K.
I wonder. Well, I wonder if it's pretty much just another portal, like the one that we just saw, or if it's actually just an opening for the Black Lodge that they'll be able to get into, which would be interesting. Right now, at this moment, I think what we should do is kind of acknowledge everyone in the room, in the chat. What do we got?
In
What do we
the
have
chat
going on in the
room.
chat?
No, we're not going to acknowledge anyone behind the camera in the actual room.
No. Even though we already did. Shout out to you.
Welcome, Ryan. Hi, as usual. Thanks for joining us. Jezebel. Hey, dude. What's up? Josh is in the chat.
Yes.
Hi, Josh. Josh is like...
Fake beat me.
I was, yeah.
Alan Calvillo.
Oh, hey, what's up?
I said that like...
Yeah, it's fine.
Hey, Alan. New name, new face, probably.
Yeah. Hey,
Daniel
we love seeing
Diaz.
you.
What's up,
What's
Daniel?
up?
Oh, and Joseph Deckelmeyer.
Oh my.
Oh, you're not that busy, huh? You could be on the chat. Can't be here.
He says, "Damn fine still." Well, there was some damn fine cherry pie in episode 12, which we'll be getting into right now. So, episode 12 was really good. We're not gonna bombard you guys with a bunch of stills from that. We'll just kind of discuss it. You guys just saw it. I mean, it came out
But Cherry
today.
Pie was episode 11.
But Cherry Pie was in episode 11.
With the
That's
$30 million
With
check.
the $30 million check, which I forgot to discuss. They did get the money. So he is sent to them. Because remember, they told Sizemore earlier, if we can't get to him, it's your job to get him to us, or we'll kill you. So, I mean, there's a contract on his head, but if I just send him to them, I don't have to kill him at all.
Right.
So that's exactly what he does. Sends him right over, and he sends him over, but he sends him over with a cherry pie. Now, cherry pie is really important to Coop.
Okay.
Coop loves cherry pie. He even says, damn fine. Like, he loves the cherry pie, and we get moments of seeing that he's not living in some lucid dream at moments when he's eating that cherry pie.
Right.
But even before that, there was the moment where it was awkward. What's in the box? We're all wondering, what's in the box? We're all freaked out about what's in the box. Because Dougie's just standing there in the desert. The brothers are ready to kill him. They're so ready to kill him. They have a conversation, a little back and forth. It was cute. It was funny about like how they're going to do it, who's going to do it, etc., etc. And sure enough, while they're talking to him, boom, out comes that check.
Yeah.
30 million, right?
30 mil.
30 million, what they lost. So he gives it right back to them, 30 million. They are ecstatic. They're so happy. They look inside the box, find the cherry pie. Let's take him out to dinner. He tells the dinner, and while he's at dinner, he runs into the lady that he told, well, he pretty much kind of pointed out, hey, go to this machine, go to that machine.
Oh, yeah.
And she sees him, Mr. Jackpots! And she's so happy, and there's an exchange there. That's funny. It's funny. It was good, at least. I loved it. But at that moment, the only thing I really wanted to discuss right there was that, well, we saw moments where what we're all waiting for, which is we want to see Coop back. That's what we want. And we got little moments of it. We had a moment where he drank the coffee and said, damn fine coffee. Like, he just knew to say it. He eats the cherry pie and he's like, damn fine cherry pie. And he seems like he's there even more than he was before.
Yeah.
But there is a question that a lot of people have been asking. It's all over the internet. When he was in the Mauve world or wherever it was, did he lose time, like himself? We know that he was there for 25 years, but did he lose time in the translation from the Red Room to that weird Mauve world and then
I'm sure, because there's like no concept of time.
Yeah, because he doesn't really understand like exactly where time is. So I'm wondering, like, and with that, could that be the explanation for why he is the way he is? Almost like he has to gain everything back, almost like a child does, to learn everything piece by piece by piece.
Well, that's what it's like.
It does feel that way. Like, and then
he even eats the pie like a child.
Here we go. And then later we get it in episode 12 where we're seeing there are some things that even the kid, Sonny Jim, is teaching him.
Yeah.
Sonny Jim has been kind of teaching him a lot. He taught him how to play catch, even though he didn't do well. Which is a weird scene. It was just like, just for a moment.
12.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And we're going into 12, and that was just kind of, that was interesting for a moment.
I mean,
but,
it's the David Lynch thing.
It is. It's
but
Heroes of Americana.
I was like, there was a lot of quick scenes this episode, but then we got into a really lengthy one. Like the Tina thing later on.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But, well, starting off with episode 12, or at least at the top of episode 12, Blue Rose. We get a complete explanation for everyone that didn't get a moment to even read the Twin Peaks, his secret history of Twin Peaks.
Okay.
Or get into it. You get your final or real explanation of the whole Blue Rose and what it is and why they even gave it that name. That was interesting to find out, which I loved. That was a really great explanation. Thank you, David Lynch, for doing something that was like, here's a full explanation.
In layman's terms?
Yeah, so now you guys get to run with it. But what was cool was the induction of Diane and Tammy into the whole Blue Rose thing. But I now have a question, which is, supposedly Tammy wrote the secret history of Twin Peaks.
Right.
She did all the research, compiled all the files, and wrote all the notes and everything that's in it. So with that being the case, if she wrote all that and did all that study, and I thought it was supposed to take place between Twin Peaks Season 2 and The Return now, but she just got inducted into Blue Rose. So
I haven't really figured that one out.
What's happening there, I don't know, but I know that Mark Ross and Lynch aren't idiots. Everything they do has a reason. It's like, here it is. So I just want to know, what's the deal there? If anybody has an idea for it, please let us know. Even if you're in the comments and you happen to, let me know. Joe's yelling for more stills. More stills.
Someone's been drinking.
Yeah.
Not us.
Yeah, you know. Sorry. Nope. Nice shirt. Oh, wait. What's going on here?
Nice shirt. I got a nice shirt.
Oh, she does. She has. I like her shirt.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah,
my eye
it's
itches.
Oh, well, that's also her eye is itching. Joe's demanding more stills. He's demanding them. Mike's in big phone. No, not a big phone, my friend. It's a tablet.
Big phone.
Tablet.
Big phone.
But that's my question concerning the secret history. But moving on from there, we get to Sarah Palmer. And she freaks out at the grocery store at first, and she says some things that are interesting where she says, men are coming. And I'm like, what men? Is she talking about the woodsman? Wait a minute, is she in the convenience store? But no, it was the grocery store.
Well, she got all like entranced by the beef jerky.
Yeah, and I didn't.
The place looked different.
I was like, what was the deal with that? As far as the beef jerky, she just like lost it all. Was that here before? Like, when did you get this? And then after that, she just goes into it. Something bad has happened to me, and I don't feel good. And then after that, the men are coming. Whoever they are definitely on their way. And she's freaked out. I think she's talking about the woodsman, but who knows? Yeah. You know, I mean,
we don't know.
We don't know. I don't know.
Josh doesn't know. David Lynch knows.
Does he?
Maybe not.
Who knows? I'll say what Hawk does know, though. Hawk knows that he has to go visit her.
Does he know that?
Well, Deputy Sheriff Hawk, whatever, goes to visit her. And the question everyone's asking immediately, because he asked, is someone there? And she says, no, something's in the kitchen. Why does she say something?
Because there's a thing in the kitchen, like a rat or something.
I don't know. She just said something is in the kitchen. But then after that, she just, all right, I'm going to turn on the crazy so that he'll want to leave, or whatever she said to him, all like in between her teeth.
She's like, no, bad shit has happened.
Bad story, isn't it? And after that, he's like, if you need help, any help, you give me a call, huh? Thanks, Hawk. Yeah, she gets upset.
That was the end of that.
I don't know what was going on in there. I wonder, was it Richard Horn? I mean, he is on the run, but why would he be connected to her? I don't know. I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't know. Yeah, whatever. But
Man on
we move
the run.
on to Diane.
All right, I'm done.
We move on to Diane,
Yeah.
who gets a text from an unknown person.
Jack and Diane.
And they asked a question about Las Vegas. And just simple, Las Vegas, and she
Question
replies,
mark.
what does she reply?
They haven't asked me yet.
Yeah. And first
All
you're
caps.
like, okay, well, that's interesting. You're trying to figure out, well, what the hell? Who is this person? I need to know. I need to know who is the person.
What's in Vegas?
Like, yeah.
Why are they going?
Well, Vegas, Dougie's in Vegas.
Also, that weird guy
like
in the
that.
Stratosphere Tower.
Oh, yeah. So there's things going on in Vegas, and apparently she knows something about it.
Mm-hmm.
But yet they haven't asked me, so she's not going to tell. So I'm like, what do you know that you haven't been able to tell because they haven't asked you yet?
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting there. I don't know, what is this? Nothing.
Daniel, you're like our resident Twin Peaks expert. How come you don't know?
Because, well, they didn't give us enough to know.
I'm going to ask you questions.
Yes, you should. You should. So, well, moving on from there, Ben finds out about Richard.
Ben finds out about Richard.
Which he already kind of knew, you know? Like, this is my defunct grandson who's really a piece of shit. And I know that already, and I have to fucking deal with it. And now he's a public menace, and he's on the run.
So now he's paying for Miriam Sullivan's hospital bills.
Yeah, right? Oh,
I'm like,
God.
how much money does this dude have? Because, or how cheap is the healthcare over there?
Yeah, I guess it must be. Well, the horns are made of money. They got the cheese.
Must be.
So yeah, now he's got to be strapped with that burden that Richard pretty much made, and he's gonna take care of Miriam Sullivan at the hospital. Which that scene, I like it. It was quick. It was simple, like you said, fast scenes, but it made sense really quick.
Really, it made sense.
Well, she's laying there, and then all of a sudden you start to hear go beep 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 because that's essentially her waking up.
Oh, you thought so?
Yeah,
Okay.
and
I thought
then,
something was going on.
I thought
like
something was going
negative.
on too at first, but I was like, wait, we're not going to go back to this. Why you just give me the
But it
the
doesn't
fast
even
beat?
it doesn't even matter if she wakes up or not because everyone knows that Richard was the one who assaulted her.
Yeah, but
and
okay,
ran
I
over
need
the
the-
little
I need-
boy.
I need the quote.
But how did the sheriff find out? Did he find the note from the other guy that hit it?
Oh,
We never got closure on that.
I think Cheryl found out because like I said, she woke up. And
I mean,
she's
maybe
like,
you
"He
guys
beat
got
the shit out of
closure on
me."
that. We missed that somewhere, but
Hey,
We
I
didn't
just
get
think
closure on that.
I'm just saying I think she knows. She woke up and she was like, Richard Horn beat the shit out of me. And he was like, all right, let's go find Richard Horn. That's all he needed. But even with that, Ben did bring up the key.
the what?
Cooper's key.
Okay.
Cooper's room
Yes.
key.
Yes.
And that was mailed to him by the Lady of the Night. The back alley seamstress. The whore. No, she's an escort. She's an escort. It's legal in Vegas, so she's an escort. She's a lady. It's legal in Vegas.
Not that
Congratulations.
legal.
I'm just saying, well, it's legal enough for it to happen in any room if you just have enough money. Wink, wink.
And that's their phone number. They're not even allowed to do those
Oh,
anymore
yeah, that's right.
on the strip.
Oh, that's so weird.
You think
Vegas
that's
has
weird and not the
changed.
fact that it was happening was weird?
Yeah, I mean, people need to make money. What's wrong with that? I support people looking to make money any way they can. What's wrong with that? You know? Look, the hooker can have a heart of gold. I've seen
No one's ragging on hookers.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
So-
It was a funny choice of words that you had. Anyway, continue. Continue.
She did have a heart of gold. She sent back the key that now is giving us more insight because, hey, they just reopened a case that has to deal with Agent Cooper. So, yeah, my son would love to have that key, which is like, oh, okay, I guess it's not really evidence. It doesn't matter anymore to them. But, hey, yeah, if your son wants the key, I thought I would make sure I give him the key. So he'll have that, and then they'll most likely, if they're smart enough, they'll probably run fingerprints.
Sure.
And they'll figure out, like, oh my gosh, it was recently in Coop's hand not that long ago.
Well, also they asked Diana to join the FBI or deputize her.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Yeah.
So I was like, is that a thing?
Well, I mean, hey, they
You
did.
can get clearance for certain
They
information, but
deputized
we're going to
her.
make you a temporary deputy. Like, I don't want her questioning me. That wig is terrible. She's probably
Well, she's
drunk
not gonna
all the
question
time.
me.
She's a chain smoker.
Oh, and she's got a mouth on her.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, yeah.
She would
boy.
just be like messing up the whole case.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Or why isn't she just an informant? Like, it's just so strange to deputize
oh my
you.
God. It's true. What happens in Vegas does stay in Vegas, though. That's a point that someone did say
Except-
in the chat. I'm just saying.
Except chlamydia.
Well,
Isn't that the
any
line
STD.
from The Hangover?
Well, except any STD, buddy, because that comes with you. That's the gift that keeps giving. But so anyway, Albert is keeping tabs on Diane. We find that out when he goes to see Gordon, and Gordon has a friend inside of his room.
That's illegal.
What? No, he found her at the bar.
Wiretapping is illegal without a warrant.
Very true, very true. But they do work for the government. She is deputized, and means that they can review your phones. That's right. That's right.
That's probably why they did that then.
If you do work for the government, you have
That's
to sign
probably
something.
why they did that.
Yeah, if you work for the government in any capacity, actually, you have to sign something that allows them to be able to do that if they ever want to, which is not okay.
And
I don't
PSA.
agree with that.
And
Yeah.
PSA.
Yeah. No, well, I'm just saying. Which is weird. The TSA, like, why the hell do you need? But whatever. So Albert admits that they're keeping tabs on Diane. They're bugging her phone. He gets in the head once again and says about the unknown text. And well, now that they know that they haven't asked about Las Vegas, they are asking the question of, well, what do we have to ask about Las Vegas? Because it is a question. Well, what about Las Vegas? What's going to be the part that I have to? Hey.
It's all going to go down in Las
about,
Vegas.
Yeah, Diane, do you want to talk to us about Las Vegas? Or do we want to take this jet and fly it down to Vegas and figure out something? Like, what? But, excuse me. You yawned, you kept it all quiet, and now I was like,
I'm sorry.
It's contagious.
Sorry.
But, yeah, so they don't know that Dougie's out there. And if they do, that's going to touch more into a Blue Rose case anyway, which, thank God, they are addressing. I love it. I'm sorry. I'm so amped for the Blue Rose cases. Like, just figuring everything out. Oh, man. And also, we had that moment I forgot in episode 11 where Gordon's hand was shaking. Gordon, after everything, Gordon had a moment where his hand was shaking, and I'm trying to understand or figure out as to what was going on there, why his hand was shaking.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And it's just like, well, that never happened before, you know? And from there, Albert just kind of like diffused it and moved on and tried to change the subject so quick.
Right.
So it's kind of like, well, what does Albert know? You know? And what is Albert in as far as like, because there are a lot of theories that are going on. Like, people are saying that possibly Albert is tampering with evidence as far as the picture of Ruth Davenport's arm with the coordinates on it, which I'll get to another portion concerning that. But Ruth Davenport's arm with the coordinates on it, if you guys ever have a moment, we didn't get to catch a still. But you'll see on her arm there are numbers of coordinates, and the coordinates lead to Twin Peaks, which we do find out. Diane figures it out. But on some of it, there are areas or patches on the arm where they're lighter than others. And it's like a lot of people are speculating immediately, oh, that happens sometimes if somebody kind of messes with a picture and does something in Photoshop and they can't match the skin tone and the color, and people are going all crazy with it. So maybe that's an option. Maybe that's what Albert's doing. But I think Albert is sticking with the Blue Rose cases. He, of course, is the only one that was assigned to him that hasn't gone missing, as he said anyway. So, I mean, I think Albert's doing his job. But still, nonetheless, those coordinates on her arm lead back to Twin Peaks. So, with that being the case, Ruth Davenport's arm is found all the way over there, which is weird, too. Because, you know, like, okay, she's been, like, you know, she's part of this whole scene of something that's happening and everything like that.
Probably got sucked in the vortex.
Who knows? Because it didn't show up. They didn't notice her body or anything until after the vortex.
Right.
So it could have showed up after that. But I am intrigued to find out more concerning her and that arm and the coordinates and why did they lead to Twin Peaks. But everything leads to Twin Peaks, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much. So moving on, we have Chantel and I can't remember Tim Roth's character name, but they shoot the sheriff.
So weird.
They did.
I shot the sheriff.
I mean, man, twice.
I didn't shoot the
He's a tough
deputy.
guy because to take a shot like that, first he was like, boom, and then he starts to get up. And then
why don't people just stay dead? Just
That's
stay down.
Like literally,
In
whoever
every
shot me is from
movie.
somewhere. Whoever shot me is somewhere else. I'm not getting up to crawl. I'm just gonna lay there. Hopefully, I'll hear a car dry off, and then I'll get up.
Yeah.
You know, but no. I've got to get up because I'm a man. Well, that was your death. And then this kid comes out and sees him dead.
Daddy!
And then they drive off because they've got to go to Wendy's.
Yeah, that was a
Shout out
Wendy's
to
product
Wendy's.
placement, a Samsung product placement.
Literally. I'm just saying, I wouldn't
Wendy's
mind
chill with
doing,
that, though?
I wouldn't mind doing
Chill
some
with
Wendy's.
that?
You know what? If you guys are watching, which I don't think you are, but if you are, I'll do product placement right here. For some
No, we're
free
supposed to get
food.
Trader Joe's.
Oh, we were talking about that. That's true. I don't know.
Oh,
Well, see, and
leaving.
there you guys aren't paying. You're right down the street. What the hell? Trader Joe's.
I'm
We
going to
love it
write to
here.
Mr. Joe's.
I am. Well, he's a trader, though, so, you know. That's a dad joke. Right? Hi-yo.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Oh, come on. It's a good one. I don't know. Anyway. So, we get a weird, awkward moment with Audrey.
Man, it's hot in here.
Yeah. So we get it got hot in there over there with Audrey too, because Audrey was getting upset with her little person husband, Charlie, and just gets into it with him and pretty much says, "Well, you know what?
Longest
I'm
argument
fucking Billy.
on television.
That's what I'm doing. I'm fucking Billy. So we need to find him because Billy's missing." I forgot who the fuck Billy was because I was so enthralled. I was so enthralled by the fact that she was
Hashtag
fucking
who
Billy.
is Billy?
Who is Billy?
Yeah.
Oh, hashtag who is Billy? That's what I want to know. If you guys remember who Billy is, tell us. Because Billy is dead.
Don't just
or
tell
something,
me.
I think.
Show me. Yeah, that whole phone call. Like, what
Right?
do you think was the deal?
I don't. Oh my God! What was happening on the other end of that phone call? Because he calls and he speaks to her with Tina.
Yeah.
Yeah, and oh my goodness! But also before that, she did say that she had a dream that she saw Billy bleeding from the eyes and the mouth. And she was like, "Oh, I need to help you. I need to help you." Now, dreams are very important when it comes to Twin Peaks.
Okay.
Because when people do have dreams and they're vivid and they happen to be something like that, foreboding, then they usually happen to stick and be true. And they mean a lot. So they may find Billy, and they may find Billy dead, bleeding from the eyes and the mouth, and that would be a big issue.
Maybe he's
I don't
having a
know.
seizure.
And dying due to it, yeah, that's possible.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows? But I think they will find him. They definitely will.
But
And-
she says don't tell anybody. So if he
Yeah.
was dead, why
Well,
wouldn't
that's
she want
true.
people to know?
Yeah. I
Maybe
don't-
he killed someone?
Mm?
Or is he on the run with Richard? Or do they know each other?
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. I like that. I do. Also, well, from there was the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And that conversation on the phone had to be so good. Whatever Tina had to say was so amazing that it stopped little Charlie in his tracks. And he didn't know what to say. He was, what? No. But okay. What? Like, he was lost in this conversation. And so much so that after he got off the phone, he was no longer afraid of Audrey. So he got some information.
He held his ground.
I don't know what he found out, but he didn't say a word. And like, some people were saying, I saw reactions and they're like, damn, like, I don't know, he's getting yelled at from women on every side or something. No, I think he got some fuel or whatever is going to go on, because he looks at Audrey with a look of contempt.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fuck you. And you better shut the fuck up. Like one of those.
I don't know. They're just like, I'm not telling you anything.
Well, yeah, it was just like the narrowing of the eyes, the eyebrows kind of drop, and he just sits there like stoic.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, okay, whatever he just found out was definitely some ammunition concerning Audrey, I think. I don't know if it's like, well, she just confirmed, oh yeah, she definitely was fucking Billy, but also...
But I don't think he didn't believe that wasn't happening.
He didn't, yeah, because you're going to breach our contract? That's really all you were thinking about? Breach the contract?
Some people have like business marriages and stuff.
Dude, she just told you how she was getting stooped over there by Billy. Like, he's
Stooped.
giving it to her. Like,
What's
bam,
a stooped?
bam, bam.
How do you spell that?
Stooped? I don't know. It's Yiddish. How do you spell stooped, you know?
SHTUPPED.
There you go. Stooped.
That's not a real thing. You guys just made that up.
Yiddish.
You guys just made that up.
Wow.
Hebrew and German.
Yeah, wow. So
You're
Yiddish,
like a non-practicing Jewish
we just
person.
made Yiddish up. Wow, we just made Yiddish up. This one. She probably doesn't even believe in the Holocaust. Anyway. I'm just saying. You're just saying how the Yiddish isn't real.
That was part of the
Yiddish isn't real. I'm just saying.
Mandela effect.
The Mandela effect.
Yeah, the
Okay,
Mandela
it's been wiped away. Yiddish doesn't exist.
Oh, great. We're
going
going to get shut down now. Let's move on.
No, it's okay, guys. We got one of yours.
Disclaimer, I love the Jewish people. Jesus was Jewish, so Jews are my people, too.
There you go. There you go. And I love Schindler's List.
Even though you guys crucified. Okay, all right. No hate, no hate.
Hollywood's a great place. So anyway, moving on from that, this episode, just those moments alone, that's really all I wanted to discuss on the show. Just those. I know we had little moments that we did skip over, as far as what's her name busting in after she was yelling at someone. Well, no. The scene starts off with, I forgot what her name is, but she's yelling at someone. About? Her mother gets on top of the car. She drives.
That's in episode 11.
No, I know. I'm saying these are things that we skipped that we didn't really discuss.
Were they really that important?
Yeah, she unloads in the door. We don't know who she unloaded on, though. But I swear when she did fire, we did hear a drop. So it's like somebody maybe did. But what's his name was actually downstairs.
Steven.
He was downstairs with this girl who was actually
that Alicia Witt? Like she looks totally different.
And she was on the series years ago. Little redhead chick playing the piano. If you guys don't remember,
she was also in Urban Legends.
That's right. But she was on Twin Peaks years ago. A little young girl playing the piano, like this little girl, red hair, curly locks, wearing a little like princess crown, playing the piano. That's her. So she's actually playing the same character, possibly too.
Yeah, that was her. Gersten.
Gersten. So she's back, and she's apparently roaming around with that guy. So he's probably your supplier too, you know. Because that's it. I mean, that's the only way he's.
But was he yelling at her that one episode?
Oh my God, that would be it. That could be it. Okay, well, there you go. That kind of answered another question there. But was there anything else that stood out for you in the episode that maybe you're like, we didn't discuss what I had a question about?
Why didn't Dougie catch the ball? Why didn't he do like karate chop? Chop the ball in half.
Because the arm didn't tell him to do it, just like it told him before. Squeeze his arm off, squeeze his hand off. That was a weird moment. Squeeze his hand off.
Where is Ike the Pike?
Well, he's in jail. Remember, he's arrested.
So is his story over?
Yes. Are you going to do that again?
Okay.
Oh this is the panel?
Yes.
Yes, I did love that show.
Some people dream of getting an Oscar. My dream is to be in a panel of Hall H.
That would be in
Hall H. That is my dream.
You know they're having a panel of YesRCon for Twin Peaks.
But I'm not on it.
No, but I believe Joe is supposed to be doing something with it. Maybe you can switch. And you could do it, so you can be like, and what did you think about blah, 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 blah?
I can be the moderator.
Yeah, as long as you're not that weird person. You're the moderator. You sound like from On Saturday Night Live.
So would you like to?
Sweaty paws.
Oh, yeah.
Did you?
Good times.
Good times. Oh, wow, that's great.
Yeah,
that's great.
That's good. So we should just do the rest of the episode like this.
I think so. That's actually a good idea. No one will watch it after that. No one so moving on from here, what about you guys in the chat? Did anyone have any questions?
None of these people in the chat watched the episode. I know you guys. I love the support. But none of y'all watched this episode.
Joseph, what are you talking about?
Look it up, Rachel Dratch.
He knows nothing about comedy and pop culture in that way. He does.
Everyone knows Saturday Night Live. That was the best times
Sweaty balls,
of Saturday Night Live.
Alec Baldwin's like an old Joe. You should definitely know that. I can see that, right? Anyway.
Swirly.
No one else has anything to discuss, at least in the chat. We appreciate you guys tuning in, hearing us with our inane conversation concerning Twin Peaks.
Thank you for joining us.
And all our insight, questions, and thoughts. If you guys happen to have any additional ones that maybe you didn't get to share here, you can definitely do it on the comments below. It will be there, and we will respond to you throughout the week.
Good times.
We do moderate. And
also, if you guys watch Game of Thrones or like board games or whatever, we just aired tonight our episode 3 of Board Game of Thrones.
Wow.
It looks like episode 4 is gonna really kick things off. Right, Joe?
Ooh,
right?
Boy, if you guys enjoy drama, if you guys enjoy Game of Thrones, if you want to see friendships ruptured, right here, you will be able to see it. Oh, God. There's a preview, but I can't even discuss what happened on it. So I'm just going to let you guys know I saw some of the dailies for episode 4, and I am like, oh, it hits the fan, and it hits it so good. And it's even better because these are people that you get to see all the time. Like right here, you see them in a different way. So it's a great way to see them. Oh,
You'll never see us the same again.
Yes, nothing is the same again. You guys will be like, wow, this has really become something. But it's still nonetheless, we know it is a game, but it's the Game of Thrones, guys. And you play the Game of Thrones to what?
What?
You play the Game of Thrones to win.
Oh.
God, what are you here for?
Hashtag I hate Jamie Lannister this week.
Well, yeah. Joe, I hope you took care of business just like Jamie did on tonight's episode. Anyway, moving on from that.
I'm the last one standing. I'm just going to say that.
Where can people find you on social media?
Can find me on Slack. No, just kidding.
Okay.
Find me at Mickey Spicy on Facebook and Twitter, Mickey Cosplay on Instagram. And, guys, might be my last time on the show for a while, unless we can figure out some remote call-in thing.
Can't wait for Skype. It's going to be so great.
I know. I'm going to do it in my pajamas.
It'll be so great.
It'll be fun times. But, yeah, I'll be back physically in the studio September 6th.
Yeah. So just kind of be on the lookout. We'll pop her in through Skype and stuff. Or
through portals.
Yeah, for me, I have nothing going on as far as shows. So for the whole week, I'll be doing what I call the crash show, where I crash other shows. And you'll be seeing me on a bunch of shows throughout this week. I'm doing it. I know it's going to be amazing. But also coming up, we have Quest for Player 2. We're still trying to figure out if we're going to change the name or keep it, but it is.
Dude, that's a great name.
Yeah.
Whoever's downvoting that, I disagree with you.
Oh my gosh. Look, that's interesting. Hear that. But Quest for Player 2, it's a geek love and dating advice show. So it's there for us because every time when something happens, usually when it's for love, dating, or anything like that, everyone else gets addressed. But what about us? I mean, how do I approach a cosplayer? How do I get to talk to? No, I mean these are questions people do. Don't. You see that? See that? You are trying to stifle love as far as it goes. But anyway, that's what we do. I mean, I'm not an expert, but I have experienced stuff. So, I mean, it's going to be great. Me, myself, and Sarah, you guys will love it. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter right now for Quest for Player 2. That's where you'll find us.
QFP2.
Yep. There you go. And with that, of course...
We are going to exit the red room.
That's right. We'll be walking out of the red room. The curtain will draw. You guys can pay attention to everything that's happening within geek pop culture right here on that hashtag show. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video. Make sure your friends see it. If you guys like to talk about Twin Peaks, they'll be able to find an outlet. So do that for sure. And I'm Daniel.
And I'm Migdalia.
And once again, thank you guys for watching, and have a good night.
Good night.